हां, YouTubeवर हो, आणि YouTubeला टाकायचं. त्याची लिंक भेटेल तुला फॉलो करायचं. ते तर तो लोकं YouTubeला डाउनलोड करतात. आता कसं Facebookला पण व्हिडिओ अपलोडचा ऑप्शन असतो. पण मग ते व्हिडिओ दोन काय आपल्याला मॅनेज करायला लागतील. म्हणजे YouTubeला व्हिडिओ लावते आणि त्याची लिंक आहे ती कुठल्या दुसऱ्या Facebook, Instagram सगळीकडे ते लिंक तुम्ही फॉलो करू. Okay. While we wait for more students to join, those who have already joined, you can open day 3. You should see a project called day 3 now. And inside day 3, you will find that there are 3 files already there: quiz 0, quiz 1, and quiz 2. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so see, in yesterday's and the session before, I found that there are some common errors that students are often making. So, as a practice for you to recognize these errors, I have deliberately made some errors in the file. Okay, and your job is to find out what are the errors. So the quiz 0, quiz 1, quiz 2. Each program you have to go through carefully, line by line, and check की बरोबर आहे, चुकलं आहे. Because you will require this practice on your own. दरवेळी काही नसणार तुमच्याकडे. जरी तुम्ही प्रोग्राम घेत असाल, if you're writing something at home, you will not have somebody available all the time to help you find out what are the mistakes. So you should practice this on your own, how to find mistakes. So for that, start with quiz 0, and so your job is to correct the file. जे काय errors आहेत, correct the errors in your file and make it run properly.
Sir, instead of secret, आपण the rounded bracket द्यायचे आणि F tag लावायचा आहे secret tag आणि ब्रॅकेट कर्ली ब्रॅकेट्स मध्ये एक म्हणजे त्याच्या पुढे आपले नाव सिक्रेट एक फॉर्मॅट बनवायचं म्हणजे
ओके,
त्यानंतर येतो.
बरं, पण तो जो फॉर्मॅट मधला व्हेरिएबल आहे तो कुठेतरी आधी त्याची व्हॅल्यू आपण सेट केली पाहिजे. नेम नाही, कसं आहे, कसं युजर नेम आणि पासवर्ड वेगवेगळा असतो ना. म्हणजे युजर नेम प्रशांत आहे आणि पासवर्ड काहीतरी वेगळा आहे. सो हिअर द युजर
पासवर्ड सिक्रेट प्लस नेम.
ओके, अच्छा. पण नाही, ते तर तू यू आर saying some improvement to the program, but first if you run this program, it run no. So fix all the errors before that. Can you go through this line by line and verify if first line बरोबर आहे का, second line बरोबर आहे का? Okay, everybody who is joining now online. So the task is you open day 3, and in that you will have 3 files: quiz 0, quiz 1, and quiz 2. And your job is to go through each file line by line and see is it all correct, or can you read through the line, read through the code and find any mistakes. Okay. So I'll give you 5 minutes for each file. Okay, first file quiz0.py. Go through it line by line and see if you can work out if it is called correct or some improvement is required.
So do we have to correct those mistakes?
Yes, you can correct those mistakes in your own Replit. I will take a look. हाँ, कैसे से एडिट कर.
And once you are sure that you have removed all the errors, then you should try to run the file and it should run properly, correct? And run it multiple times. Every time, sometimes give it the right answer, sometimes give it the wrong answer. Check that it is working in all the possible cases.
Sir is not letting me run it. I'm trying to run the quiz 0, quiz 1, quiz 2, and I've removed all the mistakes also. It's still not allowing me to run it.
Okay, so let us check your file. So by the way, now can you see on the board what I see usually?
Yes, sir.
Now I can follow what you're doing, right? It's easier that way. So how are you running the file? You cannot press run button because if you
I click the run button only.
as we discussed yesterday, right? We cannot use run button for any other file other than main.py. So what you should go to the shell tab on the right, and here you should type Python space name of your file. Can you try that? Hmm?
If name is Prashant, then it will proceed, and if another name, then it will.
Kavin, can you first run the first file quiz0.py?
That's it. I've already. I'll do it. Wait. I've run it already. I've already run it.
Okay. So Kavin.
I don't know why it's not coming.
आपण नेम username enter your name च्या जागी प्रशांत टाकलं तरच ते प्रोसेड येईल ना.
हो.
जर दुसरं टाकलं तर नाही होणार.
नाही होणार.
मग आपल्याला प्रत्येक युजर साठी तसं करायचं.
Sir, I did it. I fixed quiz 0.py.
It is running properly?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, how to make it run?
So to run, you have to go to shell. You see
Yes.
the shell at the top. So
Yes.
go there and type Python space
Yes.
the name of the file. So
Quiz0.py.
yes.
So, but I wrote that, but it's still writing bash. Oh wait.
Brothers.
Sir, spelling mistake.
Oh. Okay, so can anybody help me now in the original file?
Second line मध्ये bracket.
Okay. In the first line, is there any problem? काय problem है? Yes, you don't require curly brackets, right? Because this is not filling the blank. If I run it as it is, what will happen? It will say enter your curly brackets name. But we just wanted to say enter your name. So first correction required is on line 1. So what I'll do, I will keep all this code below in commented section so that you can always look at it anytime you want. And the correct code will write above. Okay, so I'm just copy pasting it here, and I'll just comment out everything.
Can we see this?
काय तुमचा माझा कोड इथेच दिसतो नाही त्याच्यामध्ये नाही दिसत मला माहित तरी नाही आय डोंट नो इफ देयर इज एनी वे टू सी माय कोड okay so now we will write the correct code so again can you tell me line 1 what is the correction required we should remove the curly braces correct okay then line 2
ब्रॅकेट
yes this bracket is wrong do you see a curly bracket पाहिजे दोन्ही right so this should be replaced by curly bracket okay is the next line correct if name is equal to Prashant and colon then next line password equal to input enter password so here whatever the user will type will come into the password then after that if password is secret then it will say verified user else why is it showing a triangle here do you see Replit is telling that there is some problem with line 7 काय problem आहे line 7 मध्ये nine can anybody tell online what is the problem with line 7 actually there is a problem with line 6 also काय problem आहे खूप जागा आहे yes correct see in the line 5 we left two blank lines so else should also have two blank lines correct so ikde one extra space is there and here also we are leaving three blank lines no why are we leaving three blank lines here when two is sufficient right so here also there should be two blank lines so now everything is fixed now and let us see if it can run the program now
तर तुम्ही क्विज तुम्ही बनवताय
हो म्हणजे
म्हणजे प्रत्येक युजरसाठी क्विज 1 2 3
सेमच आहे सगळ्यांसाठी सेमच आहे
ते बघितलंच नाही
ओके
परत टाईप करून
बरोबर so is it running now enter your name still you know one correction is required after name एक space पाहिजे ना to make it look nice on the screen so after name there should be a space so suppose I enter the correct name and enter password so now here my password is visible on the screen but that is okay आपला छोटाच program है so it says verified user suppose I enter the incorrect password let us see what happens suppose I type ABCD it is saying incorrect password so is it running properly काय करू शकतो हे क्लिअर करायचं का हे ना डिलीट बटन okay so this is working now properly any questions online are you able to follow okay let me check your file चालेल ना write your own name write your own password but don't put your real password so I see some students are writing everything again in main.py त्याची गरज नाहीये you can modify quiz.py only na quiz0.py you can modify you don't have to write everything again in main.py line 4 तू एक्स्ट्रा स्पेस सोडले 3 स्पेस सोडले आता एक स्पेस आहे ना 2 स्पेस पाहिजे yes so after quiz0.py let us move on to quiz1.py again same question See if you
Sir?
can find all the mistakes and fix them.
सर मी मग क्वीज 1.py वर होतोच पण मला लाईन 4 वर थोडस डाऊट आहे मला तो येतच नाहीये
नाही नाही ते आहेच पण एक मिनिट ओपन नेट फाईल अगेन. काय रनिंग दिस फाईल नाही रन दाबलं की मेन डॉट पी रन होते ना. Stop.
Prashant,
हा बाबा.
I want you to do one thing.
Okay.
Go to quiz0.py
Okay.
and what is commented, you remove the comment
Okay.
and you put the comment on the corrected path
Okay.
and we'll run the file with the errors.
Okay. Okay.
And can we find out looking at the syntax errors given by this computer?
Yes, that is a good idea. Okay, let us do that. See, because if your program is very big, you cannot go through it line by line and find the error. But suppose you run that program and let's see whether from the output. So let us run this program once more now. Okay, Python quiz0.py. So first error it is showing on line 16 and read what it is saying. File. Yes. First it is telling you the line number. Line 16 मध्ये problem hai and it is showing the code. So else is the problem and it is telling indentation error, which means that spacing मध्ये काहीतरी problem hai, right? So with this information, you can go to line 16 and check what is happening. So you see that same thing which we saw earlier. And here also, if you just hover your mouse right on that red triangle, it gives you the same mistake. So like that we can find the error. So let us fix this error first. Let us make sure else is on the right level. Okay, now let us try running the program again. Now it is showing error on line 11. So what was the error on line 11? This bracket is not matched, right? Curly bracket. So let us fix that problem. But yes, this is a good idea that run your program. See, read what is it is saying. Just error आला म्हणून हात वरती नका करू. स्वतः try करा. And now when you start running the program, while running the program, you will start to see the problem. So here you see it is saying enter your curly bracket name. But we just wanted nusta name. So we know that is the problem here. So at this point we have removed all syntax errors, Technically the program is correct from Python point of view, but the logic is not correct. Just as in English, you can have a sentence which is grammatically correct, but it makes no sense. For example, can you give me an example of a sentence which is grammatically correct, but does not make any logical sense? For example, I drink an apple. I drink an apple. The correct sentence is I eat an apple, correct? But instead of eat, I can say I drink apple. It is correct. Verb च्या जागी verb hai. It has subject, object, verb, everything is there. So it is syntax, grammar wise, English has no problem, but that sentence does not make sense, correct? So now our program, grammar wise, there is no problem, but now the logic is not correct. So that logic we have to go and check one line at a time. So that is what we did, right? We removed the bracket and then now everything is working properly. Okay, so do you follow what is the process to debug? So this is called debugging the code. You know where this word came from? Debug. Bug म्हणजे काय माहितीये? किडा, insect. Very early computers, when they used to fail, they used to stop working. The reason used to be there खरंच किडे असायचे inside the computer case. The first bug was actually one insect which went into the CPU case and it damaged some electronic part. So to remove that bug, the phrase debug came. Okay, so this is called debugging the code, removing all the errors. Okay.
Now they should do same thing for quiz 1. They
Yes.
should run the file and look
Yes.
for the syntax errors given by the computer
Correct.
and try and fix going on that line.
Yes. Okay, can you do that now, everybody? Try to run quiz1.py. First thing, how will you run quiz1.py?
Sir, I'm able to run quiz.py.
Okay, I will check your file. Others, how will you run quiz1.py now? Go to shell tab and type python space. Okay, so now it is saying something. Now you read what it is saying and tell me what is the problem. रन कर. अरे तू परत ते रन शेल नाही करायचं. कॅपिटल स्मॉल मिस्टेक केली. इथे तू डेविका कॅपिटल डी चेक करते आणि इथे तू स्मॉल एंटर करते. दाखव. नाही तू एरर टायपिंग.
Hello, sir.
स्पेस का टाकले तू स्पेस का टाकले डायरेक्ट टाइप करायला स्टार्ट करायचं. तू स्पेस टाकल्यामुळे प्रॉब्लेम झाला. इथे आता कसं आलं? येस
सर
येस शमिका.
सर माझा इंटरनेटचा प्रॉब्लेम होता सर. मग मी लेट जॉईन झाले सर. तुम्ही प्लीज सांगाल का काय तुम्ही करताय?
Yes, sure. So in day 3, there are 3 files: quiz 0, quiz 1, quiz 2. Okay. And what we are trying to do is we want to give you practice to debug your code, find out what are the mistakes in your code. So all the 3 files have some mistake, which I have deliberately put there. And your job is to try to run the file, and whatever output you get, no, from that try to read that output and find the mistake one by one. And make sure you make all the corrections so that the program starts to run properly. Okay. So for quiz1.py, when I run the file, see what I get here. Line 1 that's the problem something. What is the problem on line 1? Can you show which part of line 1 has the problem? And in the replit also, you see these 2 red marks. Invalid, something is invalid here. Say colon, no? But this symbol is outside the double quotation. That is wrong, correct? It has to be inside. Second मध्ये अजून एक bracket पाहिजे, correct? But let us fix one by one. First line we fixed the problem. Let us try to run again now. So it is showing a problem on line 4, but actually if you think about it, problem line 4 मध्ये नाहीये. Problem is on line 2, correct? Because line 2 has bracket is mismatched. This bracket is opening here, but there is no closing bracket. So there should be closing bracket here. Correct. Let us try to run this now. Now where is the problem? So line 4 also, you see line 4 has no grammatical error, but do you see there is a logical error on line 4? Because it should be a formatted string, right? If you are using curly brackets, it should be formatted string. So we should have start that line with F, and you don't require strb now. That string conversion automatically will happen. So you can directly write B. Correct? लिहिलं तर होत काय नाही, but unnecessary आहे. Okay, so now line 4 is taken care of. What about line 6? What is the problem on line 6? Correct, colon पाहिजे. After your condition, so you are checking if A is less than B. So that is the syntax of the language. The if statement end of the if statement should always have the colon. Okay, so that line is taken care of now. After that, do you see any problem on line 7?
Bracket for B.
Bracket for B is wrong, correct? So this should be curly bracket. Okay. So now after this, if I try to run the program, will it run properly? 9. Line 10 la काय problem hai? What is the problem on line 10? Can anybody tell? What is it saying? Output count to line 10, indentation error.
Sir, it should be 2 spaces more.
Yes.
Sir,
So-
brackets नाही आहेत A ला.
Brackets नाही आहे. Is that the only problem? अजून काहीतरी आहे. Yes. झालं? आलो. What else is the problem with line 10? See, whenever we have if statement, indentation error, expected an indent block. See what it is saying? Expected an indented block. So it is expecting spaces. So line 10 has 2 spaces already. What is the problem? We already have 2 spaces at line 10, right? But if you think about it, this is already eka else मध्ये अजून एक else, right? We are inside this else. So therefore we have 2 spaces, but now we are entering this if also. So we should have 2 plus 2, 4 spaces. ते चालू करता का? ते ह्याचंच ते बटन.
Excuse me, sir.
खालचं पण.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, why are we using else and then again if we can use elif, right?
Yes, but I have not introduced elif yet, no? So that is why I am doing it this way. We will talk about elif today, okay? Okay, so now what should be the change on line 10? First, I should add spaces, correct?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, I fixed the quiz 1.2.
You fix quiz1.py? Okay, let me take a look. So smaller, even then the spelling is wrong. You know, it should be Dan, THAN. But again, Python does not understand English. So we have to find this error ourselves. And A should have a curly bracket. So now will it run properly? Yes. There is no shortcut. If you press the up arrow key, no, it will automatically run your last command. So let us try to run this new file now, quiz1.py. Let us see if it is working. First, let us clear our board. You know, set delete button on the bottom top right corner. You can use that to. So now quiz1, let us see if it is working. Enter the value of A. Let us say we enter 12. Enter the value of B, maybe 75. So what should you expect the answer to be? What should it say?
75 is greater than.
Yeah, but here we are talking smaller than. So it will say 12 is smaller than 75, correct? 12 is smaller than 75. So let us check all 3 cases.
तर line 2 मध्ये colon येतो.
Let us add one colon on line 2, correct? Because you know it will make it easier to read. Huh? Karna. So those who have finished quiz 1, you can do quiz 2 now. Okay, let us see. Let us check all 3 cases. So first we checked where A was smaller than B. Now let us check whether A is greater than B. So let us say A is 45 and B is 10. So what should be the output? B is smaller than A, correct? So 10 is smaller than 45. And let us check the third case. Suppose you enter the same number 2 times, 34 and 34. 34 and 34 are equal. So you need all 3 cases are working properly. Okay, any questions online? Let me check if everybody is able to correct your code in this way?
सर माझं रन होत नाहीये.
तो रन नाही होत आहे, बघूया. So you are running quiz1.py, correct? Okay.
Yes.
रन कर, काय बघूया काय होतं.
रन वर दाबू ना.
नाही, रनवर नाही दाबायचं.
Shell.
रनवर दाबलं तर main.py रन होणार ना. We want to run quiz1.py. So what am I doing? We have to type Python quiz1.py.
Okay.
हाँ झालं. Those who have finished quiz1, you can go to quiz2. Okay, so let us type Python quiz1.py. I think your program is working. I don't see any problem in your program now. So yes, your program is running properly. Okay. So now coming to quiz 2, again, now I will not say anything, I will give you 10 minutes, 15 minutes, look at quiz 2 and find out. Find out all the problems on your own without my help. Quiz 2 मध्ये खूप प्रॉब्लेम्स आहेत. मुद्दामून ते कठीण करून ठेवलंय. No, there are many problems in quiz 2.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, in my code it's saying B is not defined.
B is not defined. Which file are you looking at? Quiz 2?
Sir, quiz 1.
Quiz 1.
प्रोग्राम टाइप करतो
म्हणजे So B is not defined. Have you defined B in your program? Arav, B कुठे आहे तुझ्या प्रोग्राम मध्ये?
Yes, sir, I have.
Where? Which line?
Sir, the second line.
What is second line saying? Can you read it from left to right?
Sir, it's saying A, but actually in my code it's saying B.
Huh? How will that happen? I should see the same screen as your screen, right?
कॅपिटल डी कसं काय येतं?
Sir, should I share my screen and show you, because I have typed B for
You
the
have
second
typed.
line.
Okay. Let me refresh the page because that should not happen, right? This should remain in sync with your file. No, Arav, I can still see it. Can you type something else in that file? Just type something in the file and let me see if I can see it here. Otherwise, there is some problem with reference. Very good. So, Arav, can you type something in the file?
Sir, I have.
Oh, okay. Actually, I think I was looking at
Sir, I
main.py.
corrected the mistakes in the number quiz 2, but I'm not able. There's one thing that's always I'm not able to solve it. I've been taking so much
No,
time.
Arav,
to solve it.
actually, Arav, you are running in console. You should be running in shell, right? This is not main.py.
Okay.
You press the run button at the top. That is the problem. So, to get rid of this problem, just delete the console tab completely. Open shell and do everything in shell.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll close console and only work in shell now. See, console is like, first when you start to ride a bicycle, you have those training wheels. But after a few days, you get rid of the training wheels. You start riding the bicycle with proper balance, without any. So like that, now we have to start using the shell.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
तर प्रत्येक वेळेला पायथॉन
Up arrow key दाब.
Sir, will you please check the code?
Okay. Okay, and many students are asking, do you have to type Python space quiz1.py every time? So the answer is no, because in shell, if you press the up arrow key, right, on your keyboard, it will automatically bring up your previously run command. So you can just press up arrow key and enter. So, Shamika, which file are you editing?
Sir, the quiz one.
Quiz1. Okay. Quiz1 मध्ये, I don't see any. Have you made any changes in Quiz1? Because I can still see the original file only.
Yes, sir, I have made changes.
तो तनुज काळे हाच अकाउंट वापरतेस ना?
नाही सर, सर ते मी आता आरो माळुरकर म्हणून वापरतीये.
I still see the original program in Quiz1, so I'm a bit confused.
सर मी ते आरोचा अकाउंट वापरते. सर आरो माळुरकर म्हणून.
हा मग ते कोण सांगणार मला? Okay. So in Quiz1, so can you try to run your program now? Don't press run. See, again, everybody is making the same mistake. Why are you pressing run button? You have to type Python space quiz1.py. See, that run button at the top is very tempting. So you press that button every time. अरे on नहीं था. Yes. Okay, but has anybody corrected quiz 2 now? Let me know. Anybody who has able
Sir,
to.
can you please check my quiz too?
I corrected it fully except for one thing that's always I'm not able to get it. I don't know why it's happening.
Okay, let me see your file.
So, wait, which line is one?
नाही.
Line 7, sir. Line 7.
त्याच्या आधीचे सगळे प्रॉब्लेम फिक्स झाले का? Okay. So see, input and print both एकदम. Input is for input and print is for output. Input आणि output दोन्ही एकदम नाही करता येत. So what should? हाँ. Yes.
तर मग ऍडचं काय
So if you are doubt, if you have any doubt ki what is the problem with line 5, refer to the original previous code. So did everybody go and check on the website yesterday's program? I uploaded all the examples. Did you check that? So the here in quiz2.py somebody has a question ki what is the problem on line 5. So if you have a doubt ki how you are supposed to use the if statement, what you should do? You go to the workshop page.
Sir,
Yes.
line सर लाइन 8 चा जो प्रॉब्लेम आहे तुम्हाला कळत नाहीये.
Line 8. But line 5 चा प्रॉब्लेम करेक्ट केला का?
हो लाइन 5 चा केला.
And what about line 7?
लाइन 7 चा पण आय थिंक केला. नाही आय थिंक मला लाइन 7 वरच येते प्रॉब्लेम.
Yes, line 7 also has a problem.
I'm done with quiz 2, quiz 1 and quiz 0 all 3.
Okay, let me check your file. Okay, but again, I'm reminding everybody, you can go to the website and check yesterday's notes that if you have doubt ki how if is supposed to be used, look at this line. If A equal to B, we had studied this yesterday, ki we have to use two equal to signs, correct? And now if you look at my code, here, what am I doing? If operation equal to add, तिथे दोन equal to पाहिजेत ना, because it is comparison.
आणि ते कसं
एक equal to we use when you want to assign. You know, you have to set the value of a variable, we use one equal to sign. And when you have to compare two values, we have to use two equal to signs.
the operation is equal to add.
Because if है ना, if statement म्हणजे you are going to check some condition. So that condition has to be comparing two numbers. Yes.
Sir, can you please check mine?
एक मिनिट, तू रन कसं करते सांग मला.
नाही पण इथे बॉडीमध्ये काय
परत रन कर. एक मिनिट, मी काय बोललो मगाशी, परत दरवेळी टाईप करायची गरज नाहीये. अप एरो की दाब.
तर
Save your time. So line 7 has some problem. Okay, everybody stuck on line 7. What is the problem on line 7? Line 5. No, no. So this is something that Python forces us to understand. See, user आणि answer मध्ये space आहे ना? So that will confuse Python whether the variable is user or answer. You cannot have spaces in the name of variable like that. So after you fix the problem on line 5, line 7, what we need to do? How will you fix the problem on line 7? So let us remove this extra space, user answer. Let us make it one word. But if you make it one word, then you don't understand where is user, where are you going to split that word? So there are two solutions to this. One solution is what we call camel case notation. Okay, do you know this term camel case notation? Okay, so in English we have.
Sir, I completed line 8. I want to do line. Sorry, I completed line 7. I want to do line 9. मला line 8 नाही येत आहे.
Okay, let us take a minute. Let us fix the problem first, one at a time. Okay, so in English, do you know in English we have capital letters and small letters? So capital letters. So you can write a word in completely capital, user answer. Okay, this is also called uppercase. Okay, uppercase. This is uppercase. And what is the other option? Write everything in small letters, right? Everything in small letters, user answer. But in both cases, problem is this, how will somebody else know? I mean, by reading English, you can figure it out, but user and answer are two separate words, right? So how will you make that separation? So there is a third type of writing, which is called camel case.
Yes, sir, I get it.
Do you know why it is called camel? Camel, what is the most important feature of a camel? Oh, but when you look at a camel, what is the first thing you notice?
Sir, it's
Sir, the hum.
Yeah, the hump, right?
Hump.
So if I write this in this way, now look at how I'm going to write it. I'm going to write user in all small, and wherever a new word is starting, I will capitalize the first letter. Okay, so I will write user, capital A, answer. So this looks like the hump of a camel. म्हणून त्याला camel case म्हणतात.
To distinguish between user and
Ha. And so in the same way, if you let us say we can write as much as we want. Let us say I want to write I like pizza. So I can write I like pizza. So you see how without having to add spaces, anybody can read this word now. It is one word without any spaces, but you clearly know where one word is ending and next word is starting.
Sir,
तर या नवीन वर्डचं स्टार्टिंग इंडिकेट करू शकतो. सो दिस इज हाऊ. येस सिद्धार्थ.
जर का तुम्ही युजर आन्सर जे आहे त्याच्यामधलं जर का तुम्ही युजर काढून टाकलं तर?
येस, बट चालेल, बट sometimes you need to specify the variable properly. की if you remember yesterday, we have two answers, right? User's answer and correct answer. So we want to separate words for those two things. Which is the answer given by user and which is the correct answer. So now you see what I can do. User answer I can write in this way, and correct answer I can write in this way. Correct, capital A, answer. Okay, so this is called camel case notation. Okay, but you cannot have spaces between two variables मध्ये space असू शकत नाही. Okay, so then what should be the correction on the our quiz 2 now? काय चुकलंय?
A should be
विचार. Okay, so let us change this now. Do you see correct answer is already written in camel case notation? On line 8, you see correct answer I already written in camel case notation. So line 7, I should make the same correction, correct? Hello. But that is not the only problem. Do you see one more problem with line 7?
indentation.
Yes.
Indentation, correct. See, if you hover over here, it is telling something about indentation. So you can run the code program and you will get the error, or you can just look at the triangle. Chalo? So now you see I've fixed the problem. I added one extra space. Previously it was like this, right? There was only one space. It has to be aligned with the statement. This alignment was wrong, right? This print is on this column, but user is starting one column to the left, which is not correct. So it has to be on the same column. Okay, I know we are spending a lot of time on this, but this is very important. You know, more important than writing the code is finding out whether your code is correct or wrong. Okay, so now that problem is taken care of. Is there any other problem on line 7? नाही, triangle नाही दाखवते आता. But still line 7. F पाहिजे, okay. See, right now what it will do, it will compute A plus B, but then it will give the answer to the user. Directly answer दाखवेल ना तो. काय? Triangle कसा केला? इथे extra space होती. User च्या आधी 2 spaces पाहिजेत. Okay, so now you see what is happening. When I added the F before my string, it is highlighting A plus B as a complete unit. So what it will do, it will calculate A plus B and तेच answer user ला दाखवेल. So instead of giving an assignment, it will give you the answer. So we want it to show A and B separately, correct? So let us do that. So let us have curly bracket around A and curly bracket around B separately. So now that is also taken care of. Now line 8 ला काय problem है? Line 8 also you see the triangle. म्हणजे काय indentation problem maybe. हा काय? तुझा नाही दिसत आहे. पण प्रॉब्लेम तोच आहे ना इंडेंटेशन. आणि लाईन 7 बघ चेक कर. लाईन 7 ला काय प्रॉब्लेम आहे का?
मी सांगू?
सांग. Okay. By the way, line 7 has one more problem. Do you see line 7 is saying input and print both, but input and print should not be used together because print is for output and input is for input. So the correct, what should be the correct line 7?
Only input.
Only input. By the way, there is one more problem which nobody noticed. Can somebody notice the very first problem in my program?
Correct.
No.
Sir, it should be INT input.
Yes, sir. INT input.
Here, while taking A also, we just took input directly. Current otherwise
and also
string,
two
no? See, if user says A is 1, 2, 12 and B is 34, then A plus B will become 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes.
So you see, this should be INT. So you see how programming is helping us to be very careful. छोट्या चुका कळतायत आपल्याला. You know, basic mistakes that we do, which can cause error, we are seeing how to fix that. And on line 7 also, do you see? We should have INT input, correct? Okay, so now up to line 7, everything is correct. Line 8, what about line 8? So now let us run the program and see whether it is working or not. It is showing some error on line 8. Indentation error. What is the indentation error on line 8?
One more space for correct.
Correct. Well, once more you see alignment is the problem. That here line 7, where is line 7 coming and where is line 8 starting? So line 8 should start one more level before, correct? Okay, so line 8 is taken care of. What about line 9? See, line 9 is also inside the same if statement, right? We are still inside this if block we started on line 5. त्याच्यामध्येच line 9 सुद्धा पाहिजे. So line 9 should also start at the same level. Again, it is an indentation error. And now what is the problem on line 9? Why is it showing a red line?
Sir, we should put user answer.
Yes, user answer should be in camel case notation, correct?
Yes, sir.
Sir, and no space.
Okay. And on line 10, again, you see the same problem that after the if statement, you should add 2 spaces. So it should be like this. Okay. So I have fixed all the problems. Now let me run my program once and then I will take a look at everybody's program. की सगळ्यांना कळलंय का? Or is there any difficulty? Which operation do you want to perform? Right now we have not written the program for subtraction, so we will just do addition. Enter the value of A, 12. Enter the value of B, 56. What is 12 plus 56? 68. Correct. Now let us run again and give the wrong answer. Okay, so my program is working. Now let me look at your program. So Anshuman is saying there is some error on line 8. So now I will not say anything. Everybody, you have to look at the board and help your friend. Okay, so Anshuman is saying कि line 8 ला काहीतरी problem आहे. So let us see what is the problem on line 8. Okay. So who can tell what is the problem?
Sir, there should be double equal to's.
Who can tell the problem?
Sir, there is space behind correct answer. We should backspace there.
Yes, sir. Whatever he
you are
said, that
comparing-
is the problem.
ह्याच्यात का टाकलंय? It is not a text, no? It is the name of a variable. पण हे बरोबर आहे का? You are comparing user answer with correct answer text. काढ ना. Yes, somebody is telling the problem. Can you repeat?
Yes, sir. We should
Yes,
decrease
sir.
space
Then
behind.
there shouldn't be any space between user answer.
No, which line you are saying the problem?
Line 7.
What should be the correction?
Line 8. Line 8, there shouldn't be any space in correct answer.
There is no space. It is one complete word, no? So
No,
what is the
behind the correct answer, there shouldn't be any.
Then we should delete the space behind the correct answer and user answer.
No, it should be there because everything is inside the if block, right? The if block we started on line 5. Everything is inside that. So there should be 2 spaces. What is the problem? Yes. Like INT is also there. ठीक आहे. Yes, there is a problem here that int is not there, but is that the reason why we are getting error on line 8? No. What is the reason on line 8? कोणीतरी सांगा रे, otherwise I cannot move on.
Line 8.
So first question, is it the problem on line 8? What about line 7? Can you check line 7? Line 7. Okay, first now because he's writing something, the line numbers are changing. So now it is line 8 and line 8. X space काढून टाक ना इकडून मधून. Delete one blank line on line 4. So इथे line 4 and 5 दोन space एक line delete कर ना. मी करू का इकडून? Okay. So what is the problem on line 8? Anybody can you tell me whether line 7 is correct? Yes? Neat वाचा. Same mistake which we are doing every time. You know, you should make a list of common mistakes. Yes. One bracket mismatch. If you open with two brackets, you should close with two brackets. एवढा simple error होता. Okay. Line 8 ला नको आहे ना bracket. Okay, so now it is proper. It should work. Okay. So I hope everybody is able to follow this. Again, I will put all this example program on the website, and I will like this. I will ask 3-4 more questions to you. You know, quiz 3, quiz 4, quiz 5.py. I will give you a lot more practice. Okay, and spend the time to understand. Yes.
The enter value of A5, B6. You have chosen to add enter value of 5 plus 6, 11 times. And your answer is wrong.
Okay, so Aditya has a very new question. All the program is working correctly, but at the end it is saying your answer is wrong. Even after giving the right answer, the program is saying the answer is wrong. तुला पण तेच झालं, okay? So what is this? Why is it saying answer is wrong? So file 3, right? 3.py. Okay. So let us run your file. And so let us say first value is 5, second value is 6. Enter the value of 5 plus 6. Let me enter 56. No, 56 is also wrong. But do you see what the error could be? It is saying wrong. Hurry. Line 2 and 3 book. You are treating the input as text, not integer. Conversion राहिलं ना? You forgot to convert on line 2 and 3. It should be
Input chart.
in file. Input च्या बाहेर.
So the whole input should be.
Yes. Because you first take the input, then convert it to integer. Okay, but so I will move on to something else now, but I hope you understood that why debugging is important, and debugging can be difficult sometimes, but you have to take help of the program. You know, error, whenever you see the red line, there is some problem. When you run the program, but it shows some error on the terminal, read it properly line by line, and you can find out all the mistakes that way. Okay. So I will leave that for you to practice. Now let us come back to main.py. Okay. Everybody come back to main.py and let us write today's new program. So yesterday we had already done one thing. If you remember, while true, we had created a loop so that the program kept running again and again. Like error. But those who did it, while true, if you remember, let us do one thing. Okay, now you tell me what will be the output of this program. By the way, don't run this program. Okay, just tell me what is the output. Okay, so I'm going to say n is equal to 0 while true, print n. What will happen if I run this program? Can anybody tell?
Sir, it will repeat 0 0 0 0 0 0 0.
Yes, it will keep printing 0 0 0 0 0 0.
Because all the
And
time.
your computer will hang. So we don't want to do this. Okay. Suppose I do one change. Okay. After I print n, I say n is equal to n plus 1. So what am I saying? Value of n should be updated to previous value plus 1. So now what will it print? Including 0. So now you see what it will print. It will print 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It will keep printing like that. Correct? Run. Let us crash our computer. Binary code नीचे कुठे आलं?
n plus 2.
Let us run main.py and see what happens. See, it is printing. We made the computer very busy. 0 झाला print तो गेला वरती. It is printing all natural numbers. Will it stop? Yes, no. What do you think? See, at some point the number will become so big that your computer memory cannot fit that number. Then it will stop. But that number is like many billion, maybe 10 billion number. So if you wait like this for 1 full year, it will stop. Maybe 1 year, maybe 6 months, I don't know, depending on the computer speed.
So it is 1000 number.
1000? No, addition 1000. Okay, you want to make the computer run faster. We'll do that. Okay. But by the way, how do you stop this program now? Why? What stop? We ran this using Python space main.py, correct? So there is a special command. Everybody should know this command to kill the program. Okay, it is Control C. You know what you use for copy? Control C. Same command can be used to kill the program. Okay. Control C. Very important. Note it. Okay, so now everybody knows how to stop the program. Now I'll give you 5 minutes. Write this program. And write this program. Let the program run. After you're satisfied, after you get bored, then Control C mara and stop the program. Okay. So can everybody do that?
That true the T capital.
Yes. Because it is a special word in Python. So true always has to have T capital.
Sorry.
पांडुरंग वायचं W कॅपिटल पाहिजे, स्मॉल पाहिजे ना, फक्त T कॅपिटल, नॉट W.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, the last number, why is there the superscript sign and the C, capital C, for the last number?
Because when I hit Control C, right? Control C becomes, so that superscript sign is computer's way of saying control.
Okay.
नाही सापडत. तू इकडे कंट्रोल सी मारतोय का कुठे कंट्रोल सी मारतोय? नाही सापडत आहे. आता काय करायचं? Okay, so some students are saying that Control C is not helping. It is continuing to run.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yes.
माझं पण असंच झालं होतं. मी क्लिअर वर दाबलं एकदा दोनदा तर
कारण
बंद
तू
झालं ते.
console मध्ये रन केलं, शेल मध्ये नाही रन केलं म्हणून. So those who are running in the shell, if you run in the console, then control C will also not help. But then you have the stop button at the top, right? See, let me run here. So now I cannot use control C also, but I can stop it from above. Okay, it will say stopping, and after a while it will stop, hopefully. होतं का stop? झालं stop. Okay, but see now don't use console. Now use shell. Get used to using shell now. Okay.
Where is stop command? Stop button?
वरती रन आहे ना तिकडे stop येईल. If you are using console.
अच्छा.
But now don't use console. Nobody has to use console now. Okay, so now let us do something different. So now what I'm going to change is, instead of saying while true, see problem is this, while true मध्ये true is always true. True is always true is a funny statement to say. But now let us replace true with something else. And now watch carefully what I'm replacing it with. Okay. So instead of saying while true, I will say while n is less than 100. So now I've changed the condition. Under what condition I should keep running the loop. Now the condition is while n is less than 100. So now what will happen?
100, it will run after that.
Yes. So now you see after 100 runs, it will stop automatically. It will not keep running forever. Can you try?
99, it will only go till
Number size म्हणजे?
KB.
No, it is 4 bytes. KB पण नाही, 4 bytes. So now let if I run this program, you see after 99 it stops.
10 raised to 20.
काय केलं तो? काय झालं? तुला स्टॉप करायचं आहे का?
विचारते नंबर किती
10 raised to 20.
Oh, so people are being very ambitious. No, making the computer busy. Very large number. Okay, but can everybody run this program now? And you see after 100, it is stopping. So it is stopping at 99 only. Can somebody tell why it is stopping at 99 only, not 100?
99.
sir, because the command is that while n is less than 100. So
Correct. So when n becomes equal to 100, then also your condition is no longer true. Correct?
N is equal to or less than 100.
So there are two things which I can do in Python. Okay. Instead of while n less than 100, I can also have this symbol n less than or equal to like this. So n less than sign and equal to sign, which means it is saying n can be less than 100 or equal to 100. In both cases, it will be true. So if I make this modification, you will see that my program will run up to 100 and including 100 now. Correct? Let us run this program now. N less than equal to 100.
So n square केलं तर
So it is
square number येईल ना.
Oh, yes.
Prashant,
हा बोला.
the less than condition is not required now. N equal to 100 itself is good, na?
Yes, that is also correct. No, actually काय होईल, if you have equal to 100, then any value of n smaller than 100 will be false. So you will exit the loop immediately.
Change the command and see. N equal to 100.
Section मध्ये गेले होते.
हाँ.
2 square.
So what my dad is asking, suppose we have the condition while n is equal to 100. Now what will happen? You will see it will not run anything at all because very first time it will hit this condition, n is 0, and you're comparing 0 to 100, which is false. So it will not enter the loop at all. It will directly skip to the next line. Suppose we have one more line here saying print end of program. Okay. So now what you will see is it will start the program and it will end the program, but it will not run anything at all. And let us try with small value 10. Okay. So now what will happen? See, it is start of program and end of program. It did not execute the loop at all because this condition is false even in the first attempt. So that is why we require less than equal to. Okay.
Understood.
Okay. So now with n less than equal to 10. So you see start of program, it starts from 0 after 10. नहीं होता है ना, पर तो n equal to का टाकता है. It should be less than equal to ना. Okay, so now let us do something interesting. Can we find the squares of all the first 10 numbers? Let me change this statement to this. And see what will happen. Print. Now I'm going to use formatted string. And inside the formatted string, I'll write the square of n is what will this do now? Can you think? For every number, so n is changing. Every time you run the loop, n has a different value. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So every time it reaches line 6, it will print a different line because n is changing, correct? So what will I see in the output? Can you see? Try to run this now. It is starting to print squares now. कारण तू एंड ऑफ प्रोग्राम पण लूपच्या आत टाकलंस. तुझं केलं ना, व्हाईल म्हणजेच लूप ना. ऑन लाईन सी. तो माझा प्रोग्राम चेक कर. माझा एंड ऑफ प्रोग्राम कुठे आहे आणि तुझं कुठे आहे? एक्स्ट्रा स्पेस आहे का प्रिंटच्या आधी? इथे जाऊन बॅकस्पेस मारू शकते ना. Okay, let me check if everybody is able to run this. Okay, I am waiting for a few minutes so that everybody reaches this point.
N is equal to put your value खाली पे. You have written n is equal to n plus 1 तो अपन n into n करें.
नहीं कर रहा ना.
Print n है ना.
हाँ. If you do n equal to n into n, the 2s are 4, 4s are 16. It will be every time you will square the number. So very quickly you will run out of memory space. तो try करू शकतो. हाँ. Yes. So Rutvij is able to run it. Devika, yes. Pandurang, the problem on line 6.
Okay, I will see.
Huh? Main.py. So what's the main.py again? Line 6, how have I written line 6? Line 6 is the square of n is n into n, and notice how the bracket is placed. entire n into n is inside curly bracket. Okay, see what if I did it like this? If मी असं केलं तर काय होईल? असं आणि असं. Then it will print n and n separately. It will not multiply, no? So if I run this program, I will not get the square. What will I get now? असं येईल 1 star 1, 2 star 2, 3 star 3. Because now that multiplication sign is not inside the curly bracket. So it has to be like this.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, actually before I put one variable called square and wrote
Okay.
that square equal to n into n. And then
Okay.
for print I wrote the square of n is into bracket square.
Yes.
But
That
it
will
wasn't
also work.
working. No, sir, I think actually it wasn't working. It was
Okay,
just,
let me check your file.
sir, now I have written this program.
Okay. Okay, you can try writing your program once more, Aro, and I will see if there was some mistake over there.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
I don't know now. Okay, is everybody fine with this now? I can see that most people have run it properly.
I'm typing 1 minute.
Okay, I'll give you 2 more minutes.
जर तो युनिट रीड पहिल्या 3 नंबर मध्ये युनिट रीड 10 स्पीडच्या वरती आला ना तो जर आपल्याला पुढच्या युनिट
म्हणजे ते अलाइनमेंट पाहिजे ना हा ते तुला सांगतो पण सगळ्यांना नाही सांगू शकत आधी हा प्रोग्राम तर लिह म्हणजे ऍज इट इज लिह विदाउट अलाइनमेंट मग मी अलाइनमेंटचं तुला करेक्शन सांग झालं होतंय रन So now can you write the program for cube in the same way? Number into number is cube, right? Okay, try to write the cube now and write it in the same program. So write square च्या खाली cube आला पाहिजे, you know, square and cube print one after the other. दोन्ही एकदम करायचं.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I've written it now, but still
Okay.
it's showing 0.
Okay. So see the problem here is where are you computing the square on line 2? So when you see Python does this one line at a time. So at line 2 it computed 0 into 0 and stored that value in the square. But now in the loop when you change the value of n, the value of square will not get automatically updated. So your calculation of square should be inside the loop, no?
Okay, sir.
Sir, I did for the cube.
Who has done it for the cube?
Sir, Rutvij.
Rutvij, okay, I will check. Yes, cube is also working. Very good. Kavin, your program is still running.
Sir, will you check my program?
No, let me check. Okay, your program started to work now? No, now what is happening?
I have done both cube and square.
No, but it is printing 1 every time. Value of n is not changing. Because you should have n equal to n plus 1, right? How will you change the value of n? Yes, Shamika, let me check your program. Yes, it is working. Correct.
सर मी काहीतरी केलं त्याचं एकदा इनपुट द्या ना प्लीज.
एक मिनिट बघतो. It is working, Siddharth. I think there was some error previously, but now it is working properly.
Sir,
So-
were you talking about me?
So the command is इकडे colon टाकायचं. आणि basically let us say you always want a 3-digit number. So you should write 0, 3,
ते टाईप नाही.
oh, sorry, 0, 3, D. आता run कर. So you see how these numbers are now becoming 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 2. So they are aligned properly.
पण मग greater than 3 digits.
Right. So that we need to know beforehand की how much is the size of your number. आणि तेवढे digits ची तू सोय करू शकतोस. It cannot change automatically. Yes. Okay, so I think everybody has done it for cube also now. Very good. Yes.
3 times whenever 4 times.
4 times the fourth power म्हणतात. There is no special word for fourth power. Fourth power, fifth power. Yes, but now let us convert this into assignment. Okay. Now you know what I'm going to do now. Hey, square तर राहू दे. Now we are going to ask the user to enter the square of this number. So now I'm going to ask user answer. Is this correct? Or can somebody tell me any problem in this line? F पाहिजे. It's a formatted string. Fill in the blank. Okay. So now this will ask the user for the answer. And now what we should do? We should compare the user's answer with the correct answer. So what should I write?
The square number.
If user answer equal to what is the correct answer now? N into n, correct? So let me write n into n. And if the answer is correct, what we should tell the user? Your answer is correct. And now we'll do one more thing. We will give the score. Okay. We will maintain the score of the user. So we'll say starting score is 0. And every time he gives the correct answer, we'll give him 1 point. Okay. So if the answer is correct, we will say score is equal to score plus 1. So we are giving him 1 mark. Ek question correct ala. So we'll give him score. And now if the answer is wrong, we will print your answer is wrong. Now it is up to you. Do you want to be, helpful for the user, or you want to be malicious? You want negative marking or no? पाहिजे negative marking पाहिजे. So what is the marking scheme you want? You can tell me. Correct answer. Let us say +2 for correct answer and -1 for wrong answer. Okay, let us not be too. +2 -1. Okay, this is our marking scheme. +2 for correct answer, -1 for wrong answer. And now after the program is over, we should print the total score, right? So let us print. बघतो. Okay, and let us not, 10 is very big number. Let us go up to 3. Okay. So
Square विचारला.
square vicharna. Let us see if this program is running properly.
प्रत्येक नंबरचा 1 2 3.
0 0 1 2 3. Correct. It will start from 0 actually. So enter the square of 0. Let us say I'm very good student. माझा प्रत्येक answer correct येतो. So I give correct answer for 0, correct answer for 1, correct answer for 4, correct answer for 9. So I got 8 marks. Okay, so now I will give you time to see this program and copy it. चालेल, तर ते चूक किती वेळा करणार आपण? त्याच्यावरची लाईन. हा,
तर इथे काय आहे? फक्त स्क्वेअर नंबर येते.
काय होतंय?
फक्त स्क्वेअर नंबर येते. त्याला पूर्ण स्क्वेअर काढायचे.
म्हणजे
म्हणजे इन्फायनाइट स्क्वेअर.
तिथे व्हाईल एन का लिहिलंस? व्हाईल एनचा अर्थ काय? मग तुला कंडिशन काय चेक करायचे? व्हाईल
म्हणजे व्हाईल ट्रू पाहिजे होतं.
हा, इफ यू वॉन्ट टू रन इट फॉर एव्हर, इट शुड बी व्हाईल ट्रू ना. नाही, त्याचेच एडिट करत जा जिथे जिथे एडिशन आहे. डिलीट करायला करतो. Okay, let me see if everybody is able to write their own assignment now. And if you understood this, you can write the assignment for cube also. Kavin, on line 8, we don't require additional space, right? Your line should be on the same column, correct? Yes, Rutvij, can you read the error? It is saying score is not defined.
Yes, sir.
Yes. इथे हे एक्स्ट्रा आहे कुठून मला? असं सगळीकडे बघायचं ना, असं एकच तिकडे कसं बघून चालेल? आता बघ रन करून.
सर माझं झालं.
झालं? येस. येस, आय कॅन सी. बिकॉज नाही, बेसिक गोष्ट काय माहिती का? यू आर नॉट अंडरस्टँडिंग द आयडिया ऑफ नेक्स्ट इंडेंटेशन लेवल. This while loop will run everything from here to here. Inside that we have one more if, correct? So हा जो part है, this part should be tab mark. Okay. So now what will we do? Otherwise ह्या else च्या आत हे सगळं येतं. आता रन करू. Okay, anybody else who has completed? Must score it. What? Score is not defined. So what is the problem? Where is score?
Oh, score is equal to 0.
You have to start first value तर दिली पाहिजे ना.
Sir, can you
Yes.
check?
Yes.
Can you check one?
Yes. Only problem is, Rajesh, in your program, right? Your
Yes.
last two lines are also inside the while loop. So you see they are printing every time.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So they should be indented out into the normal. Yes, correct.
So usually variables should not start with capital letters.
No, असं काही नाही. You can start with capital, but convention is to use camel case notation. Then after that, you have to write some line.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, can you just check if my program is correct? Because
Okay.
it's not-
चालतंय. नाही त्याच्या पुढे लिही ना काहीतरी. त्याच्याशिवाय तो एरर काढणार नाही. Just check arrows. So is it running properly for you, Arav?
no, sir.
No. Okay. Main.py. Let us see his program first. So let me run the program and let me see what is the error. I don't see any problem in your program. See the problem is here. Line 18. Can everybody indentation of line 18 is the problem, because the way you have written line 18 right now, it is outside the while block. So it should execute inside the loop, no?
Okay, sir.
Main. ते मी डिलीट केलं. ते तू डिलीट केलंस तरी चालेल. हा फॉर्मॅट. आणि यू हॅव टू प्रिंट फायनल टोटल स्कोर प्रिंट करायचा ना शेवटी. कुठे? Perfect. Okay, I think many are able to do it now. Yes, and Rajesh, you also added one nice idea there. You find the total score. If you get the total score equal to 22, then which means all are correct. Otherwise, the user has missed at least one question.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Kavin, your idea also correct, but on line 14, you are comparing score equal to 15. But if the user gets all correct, what will his maximum score be? It will be we are asking total 16 questions, right? And every time you will give +2. So his maximum score will be 32, not 15, correct?
No, 32 or 16. I thought 16.
Because your marking scheme is score +2 and -1, no?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Sir, I've done for cube also.
You have done cube also? Let me check. I can equal to n+1. Else आत गेला की नाही. So only else run झालं तरच हे run होईल. It should be here. हे while आहे ना, हे whileच्या लेवलला हे पाहिजे ना, तरच ते रन होईल. इथे असेल तर इट विल ओनली रन इफ यू एंटर दिस पार्ट. एल्स मध्ये गेला तरच इकडे याल तुम्ही, नाहीतर नाही व्हाईल नाही हे असं.
तर ह्याचं काय स्कोर आणि प्रिंटचं?
त्याच काय आता रन करून बघ तू. रन करून बघ ना. Yes, Rutvij, you have done it for cube also. Let me check. Yes, correct. Okay, so many of you are able to get it. Those who are still having some difficulty, don't worry. Again, I will post the example code on the website and you will able to compare with that.
Indentation error.
हा बघ ना इथे एकच स्पेस आहे पण तू व्हाईलच्या आत असेल तर 2 स्पेस पाहिजेत ना.
जे व्हाईलचे आले पाहिजे का ते?
नाही, युजर आन्सर जिथे आहे त्याच्या आय एक लेफ्ट आहे ना, अजून एक स्पेस पाहिजे.
युजर आन्सर इकडे घेतलं तर
नाही असं नाही, व्हाईलच्या आतलं सगळंच 2 स्पेसनी शिफ्टेड पाहिजे.
ते पण खालचं
नाही आता युजर आन्सरला तो एकच स्पेस का गेली, सगळीकडे 2 स्पेसचं कन्व्हेन्शन फॉलो कर. कीबोर्ड मॅनेजमेंट इज बिकमिंग अ डिफिकल्टी. उभा राहा. शाळेत तर तुम्ही 6 तास बसता ना फिरत फिरत. Okay, so now let us do something interesting. Okay, yesterday we said that we should ask a different question to the user every time na. इथे काय every time you run the worksheet you are going to get the same numbers 0 to 10 0 to 10. So now we'll add some random magic. You know what is random? You know, you throw a die which has 6 sides, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Every time you throw the die you get a different number. So our assignment should also be like that. Every time we get a different number. आता हे कसं करायचं? This is such a big task to get a new random number every time. We cannot do it so easily. So what we are going to do, you know how in real world every country manufactures some goods and those that it cannot manufacture. Suppose in India, for example, we manufacture crops like rice, wheat, we manufacture spices, but we import things such as maybe computer chips are imported, for example. So you know the idea of import and export.
Yes.
So you borrow something from another person or another country. So in Python or any space, same idea is there. You can borrow something from a different person. And Python already has many existing programs to help us. So Python has a program called random. Python already has a built-in program called random. So what we are going to do, just as we import from another country, we are going to import from random. Okay, so at the top of your file, write this line. From random, import rand range. Error. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I think I myself made a mistake here. It should be simply import random. Okay. Import random error. Why is it saying error? Import okay, that is not a problem. Okay, so first was also correct. Yes. Okay, this was correct. So now you see, I'm getting this yellow line below that.
I got a full correct.
So that yellow line is saying that there are levels. So red means something is very wrong. Yellow is a soft warning. Maybe something is wrong, maybe something is not wrong. They are not sure. So what they're saying, imported but not used, because right now we just imported it, but we are not used it in our program. No? Just as you may import something from a different country, but you don't use it. So now we will make the change to use it. Indentation error. ह्या लाईनचं इथे मध्येच का स्टार्ट झाली? So now let us use this rand range function. Okay, so what is this rand range? It is a program, and you can, if I just type rand range, okay, you see how this is helping me? Because if I just type rand range, it is giving me some information here. Do you see this, everybody? It is saying start, stop, step. So what you can do is, let us say I want a random number between 10 and 20. So what I can say is rand range 10, 20. So this rand range 10, 20, every time you run, it will give me a different number between 10 and 20. Okay, let us see how to use this in our program. So what I will do now is, instead of asking the square of n, I will say a equal to rand range 10 of 20. So every time I will run my program, a will have a different value. And now I will ask the user, enter the square of a. So I will write, enter the square of a. And if the user answer is correct, so I have to compare it with a times a. So with just 3 changes in your program, now see what happens. Rand range नाही कळला. So first write this line at the top of your file, लिहिली का? And now rand range function काय करतो माहितीये का? You have to give it the start and end. कि I want a random number between 10 and 20. So that is why I wrote 10, 20. So I say a equal to rand range 10, 20 means every time this line will run, I will get a different value between 10 and 20. Sometimes I'll get 11, sometimes I'll get 19. So every time I'll get a different value. Because in my code, where is n equal to n plus 1 written? How many spaces are there before that? Huh? आता पण एल्स अशी आहे का पुढे तुला हे डॉटेड लाईन दिसतात पेंट लाईन नाही असं वाटतं तुला ईच्या खाली काय आहे अजून एक स्पेस पाहिजे ओके आता let us try to run our program now. So you see, now it is asking square of 12. So what is the square of 12? So now I'm going to start asking, it is your quiz now. So somebody tell me the answer of 12. 144, okay?
144.
Next
Excuse me.
question. Yes, Mudra.
Sir, it's me, Shamika.
हाँ शमिका बोल बोल ना
Sir, in the code, sir, I am getting wrong for every square. Everywhere I am writing, I am getting it wrong.
let me check your code. Because on line 12, you are still comparing user answer with n into n. This should be a into a, no?
Okay, sir.
Yes. नाही इथे 3 पर्यंत जाणार ना n लेस दॅन 3 अजून एकदा करून बघ थांबला ठीक
So the computer saying it does not recognize my computer saying it does not recognize rand range.
It does not recognize rand range. Let me check your file. because you did not write the, we have to first import it, no? Without importing, how can you use it? Check my first line. First, you have to tell Python that I want this special functionality from the random library. So, this random is called a library. You know how you borrow big books from a library? So like that, Python has a very big library. In fact, let me show you the Python reference page to understand how big this library is. And see, one question which dad had asked, why am I teaching Python? Because many people have already done a lot of hard work in Python, and we can use that word directly. We don't have to do everything from start. So when you go to Python documentation, you will see a library reference. Keep this under your pillow. You know how they say. Just like you have a dictionary in your pocket, whenever you have a new word that you don't understand, you refer to the dictionary. So the library reference is where you see this is the whole library. How many pages? Everything is there in this library. How to add, subtract, how to get the current time, how to send a message to another computer, how to send an email, how to receive an email, how to play a video, how to play audio, how to show a button on the screen. तुम्हाला जे करायचं ते तुम्ही करू शकता. So make friends with the library, and then everything you want you can do. You can write your own website. You can write your own app. Everything can be done with this library. So today we just use one function. Binary data पण आहे. खूप काय आहे. Okay, so the library is very, very big. Today we are just using one book from that library called random. And in that random book मध्ये पण खूप pages आहेत. So rand range is only one page. You can go to the page of a random library and check what are all the features that random library provides you. So like that. So you have to get into the habit of finding things on your own. You cannot ask the teacher every time, tell me this, tell me that. You can go to Google, you can go to Python website and find out all the information on your own. But you see, we wrote our first assignment today for asking the question of square. And right now the assignment is small because we are only checking from 10 to 20. To make the assignment harder, I just have to make one correction. Instead of asking 10 to 20, I am going to ask 100 to 200. With just one change, suddenly the assignment has become so difficult.
Sir, but when I tried this, some numbers are repeating. Like I wrote the correct answer for the square of 15, but again they are asking me for the square of 15. So can we avoid that?
Okay, let me check your.
Exactly and max of it.
Rutvish, you are saying that, right?
Yes, sir, I was saying.
But I don't see that problem here. I'm getting a different answer every time. First it is asking 12, then 15, then 18.
Sir, then again it is asking 18.
Okay, let us run the program once more. I don't think there is any problem. It is just, randomly sometimes you'll get the same value again and again. Now it is asking 19. Now it is asking 16. So it is working correctly. Sometimes the same value will repeat also. That can happen by mistake. See, randomly when you throw a die, sometimes you'll get 6 again and again. That can happen. But I think there's no problem in your program.
Okay.
So you see now, let us solve this 100 to 200 worksheet. What is the answer of 129 square? येतो का mentally करता कोणाला? नाही ना? खूप कठीण झाली. थोडी let us make it little bit simpler. किती पर्यंत जाऊया? 1 to 50 जाऊया का? 1 to 50? 1 to 30 maybe, okay. But you see now why programming is so powerful. By just changing 1 or 2 characters in your program, suddenly the program can do so many things. So now we are running the assignment for 1 to 30. हे पाहिजे ना. आणि तुझ्या प्रोग्राम मध्ये ए आहे कुठे? आधी ए वरती पाहिजे ना, त्याच्या आधीच तू कसं विचारू शकतो?
कुठे different?
माझ्या प्रोग्राम मध्ये कुठे ए वाईल नंतर लगेच आहे ना, तुझा ए कुठे आहे? Okay, so I hope everybody is able to follow this. Let me check. And now see, you have so much freedom. You can decide the range, okay, how small or difficult question you want to ask. You can decide the marking scheme, +2, -1. Maybe you want to be more generous. Correct answer +10. You can change your marking scheme. You can change the number of questions, because on line 6, because I have said while n less than equal to 3. So it will stop after 3 questions. But you can design an assignment of 10 questions, 20 questions, 100 questions. So you know, you have so much freedom now to make the program the way you want it. And you know, this idea of library is very powerful, because library helps you to use somebody else's work. See, somebody did the effort of writing that random library, and you are using that directly without having to write the random library on your own. That is such a big power. Yes, yes. So Devika is pointing the same thing. Yesterday I said, you know, standing on the shoulder of giant. So a random library is a big giant, and we are standing on its shoulder. Yes, let's scroll down. Let me maximize. Okay, so you see the whole code.
Yes, 800 meters, actually 700 meters. Oh.
So now your homework is write your own assignment. तुम्हाला हवे ती लिहा ना, घरी जाऊन, आता नाही. If you understood it, did you just copy what I wrote, or did you understand what I wrote? That is the basic question. काही नाही. जसं print वापरलं, print was a special word which I told you that print will print what you write on the screen. तसं rand range is a special word which will give you a random number between. Hey, Bob. So every time we enter our loop, first thing we do is we find a random number. Okay. So A मध्ये there is some value stored in A. Maybe it is 1, maybe it is 25. And now we will ask the user ki what is the square of A. So you see we are using A here. So we ask the user ki let us say A की value 15 hai. So user will get the text, enter the value of square of 15. So user will give some answer, and now we'll compare that answer with the correct answer, which is A into A. If the answer is correct, then we'll give him +2. If the answer is wrong, we'll give him -1. And next time the loop will run, H value will be different. So every time you will get a different question. And now let us make one small change. You know, it is nice to have question number. In our question, let us have question number. Okay. And I'll start from 0, I'll start from 1. Okay. So I'll say question N. This is correct. So question N, enter the square of A. Let us see how this works now. So now it is saying question 1. What is the square of 28? Does anybody know? नहीं find तो कराल पण पाठ है का?
Yes, sir. 784.
784, correct. So you see how you have developed your own practice worksheet to remember squares quickly. Square of 6 तर माहिती पाहिजे. 361. So now you see it is now printing question 1, question 2, question 3. कशामध्ये? करू शकतो ना.
कॉपी करून पेस्ट.
नाही Ctrl+C Ctrl+V मारायचं ना.
फाईलचं नाव खूप मोठं दिलं.
नाही टाईपच कर, तिथे पेस्ट होईल की नाही मला माहित नाही. Okay, so we have only few minutes left. So let me show you one more import. Okay. Huh?
सर
Yes.
सर माझा प्रोग्राम एकदा बघा ना प्लीज. सर माझा एकदा प्रोग्राम बघा ना.
हो बघतो एक मिनिट. Oh. Let me check Siddharth's output. Is it working for you, Siddharth?
Yes sir.
Okay. Hey, 64th answer is not sorry, sir, I made a mistake. What is the answer of 62? I also don't know. 87.
Bye, sir.
Okay. Yes, it is working properly, Siddharth. That is good. Yes. So now can everybody create your own assignment? काय येतंय? कुठल्या लाईन मुळे येतंय? कुठल्या लाईन मुळे येतंय? कुठल्या लाईन मुळे येतंय? Can you follow line by line की स्टार्ट ऑफ प्रोग्राम कुठून येतंय? पुढच्या पुढची लाईन कुठून येते? आणि मग पुढची लाईन कुठून येते? लाईन 9 काय करते? एक मिनिट बघतो.
Can you take my program?
Yes, but we have only 5 minutes left, so let me talk about something else also.
तर ते combine केलेलं आहे सर.
उद्या पण quiz, yes. So every day we'll have a short quiz to know revision पण होते and you get a practice of finding mistakes. तू हे का प्रिंट करतोयस? लाईन 9 ची गरजच नाही ना आपल्याला. Okay, so I'm going to show one more thing which we are going to use tomorrow. And this is now, suppose you want to create your own library, you know, assignment library. Can we create our own assignment library? Remember what I said, standing on the shoulder of giant. We are standing on the shoulder of one giant, but we would like somebody else to use our work.
Yes.
Correct? So let me do this now. I'm just going to show this right now. And tomorrow we'll explain in more detail की हे कसं करतोय आपण. Okay. So first thing I'm going to do is I'll change my name from main.py. I will change my name to, what should I call it? Squares.py maybe. Okay, because it has the squares assignment. Okay. And what I'm going to do, I added one new line at the start of my program. Do you see this line 3? DEF squares. It's very mysterious looking line. DEF squares म्हणजे काय? So actually we are defining a new recipe now. We are defining a new recipe called squares, and we are telling that this square recipe runs in this way. So wherever you see the word squares, we are going to do all of these things. Okay, and this is in squares.py. Let us call it something else. We can call it, let's say, squares assignment. Okay. Squares assignment.py. And now you see in my main.py, you know what I'm going to do now?
तर समजा एका व्हेरिएबल टेबल मध्ये वर मोर व्हॅल्यू स्टोअर करायचं असेल तर काय करायचं?
ते जाऊन थोडं ऍडव्हान्स आहे तुला सांगतो.
मला व्हॅल्यू वर मोर व्हेरिएबल्स.
So now see, my main.py has only 2 lines. First line is saying import squares assignment from a different file, and which is that file here. So what I'm saying, from this file called squares.py, I want to use this squares assignment, and now I will actually run that squares assignment. And now if I run this program, you'll see our program will run same as before. It is started to run now. So you see, you have created your first library. So now you are a giant. Now you are no longer standing on somebody else's shoulder. Somebody
Giant.
can
10
somebody
second
can stand on
giant.
your shoulder now. Okay, let me show squares.py once more. काय डुप्लिकेट करायचंय?
जास्त नंबर
Control is the key.
So we will learn about this tomorrow. Right now I'm just showing the magic, but tomorrow we'll understand how this works. Okay? काय
फर्स्ट टाइम लायब्ररी
त्या पहिल्या फाईलचे main.py. Okay, but that's all the time we have. So your homework is, I will give you one more quiz to try, and you're supposed to create your own assignment now. Now instead of squares, you can create your cubes assignment. Any other assignment you want, you can create now. Okay?
इम्पोर्ट स्क्वेअर असाइनमेंट मग ते फक्त एकच असाइनमेंट आहे.
हो.
मग आपल्याकडे 3 असाइनमेंट आहेत.
बघूया तर आधी 3 असाइनमेंट बनवतात तू खरे बनवले
एक क्यूब एक स्क्वेअर आणि एक रँडम.
बघतो हा. Okay, but that's all for today. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, sir. Thank you, sir.
Bye, sir.
Main.py sir.
Bye, sir.
कळली ना असाइनमेंट हवी
Bye.
बरोबर बस तू तर बंद करू का?